So today we're going to be talking about expense in our Yearbooks app. To access expense, you can go to the sidebar and scroll down till you see the expense and purchase tab. Within it, you can see we have two pages. We have add expense and we have view expense. In add expense, we will see a form to add a new expense to our account. Here you can see we already have two fields which are pre-filled. We have the invoice date and the GST claim period already pre-filled to today's date. We have other optional fields which you can add, such as nature of expense, purchase account, TDS amount, and GST amount. Now, to make an expense, you have to have a unique invoice number which you create. So I will create a unique invoice number right now. Right, this is a random unique invoice number which I just created. I would have to add amount for this expense. So this is my amount for now. And I have to select a company for which I'm creating this expense from. So I can either select a company from the drop down of companies which are already added to my account, or I can click on this add new company and add a new company to my account and use that for my expense. I can also add a new company by going to the sidebar and scrolling down till client and vendors and finding a similar form there. Right now I'm just going to select a company from the drop down. And then I can upload a receipt if I have one for this expense. And I can also mark this expense as paid by clicking on this check mark. And we will see that we have to fill out a payment date for when we paid for this expense and if it was via mode cash or online bank account. Right now I'm going to keep it as unpaid. Another feature we have is pay via advance payment. So when I click on this checkbox, I will see a pop-up for all the advance payments I've made for this particular company. And I can select those advance payments, like I have one here. I can select that advance payment and decide how much amount I want to use for that advance payment. I cannot exceed more than my amount for this expense, right? So I have 100, so I cannot go for 1000. But here I will make an payment. Yeah, I can use the advance payment that I've made for this expense. And when I make this expense, it will already be saved as paid via this advance payment. So I don't want to do that right now. So I don't want to mark it as paid right now. So I'm not going to use that. But that is something you can do. Right now, I'm just going to save a simple unpaid expense. I can save it by clicking on the save button, or I can save it by doing save and download. Another feature we have in our expense for Yearbooks is we can upload our expense PDFs and invoices PDFs, and our AI tool will extract the data and create expense for it, and you can verify it and save it instead of manually filling out this form for each individual expense. So I will show you this in a bit. First, let me just save a simple expense and show you how that flow goes. So here I saved it, and now we're going to be redirected to view expense page. Here you can see our latest saved expense, right? And you can see its details. Now I can either download this expense if I want, I can edit this expense if I want, I can delete this expense by clicking on this icon or selecting it and clicking on delete selected. I can also filter out these expenses based on these different criterias by invoice number, by company date, due date, amount, and all that stuff. I can also change the status of its payment via clicking on this icon, and I will see a pop-up come up where I can mark this as fully paid, right? Or I can go to this ellipses and I will see two options. To mark it as fully paid, it will show me the same pop-up, or I can make a partial payment for this invoice. Sorry, for this expense. So let's go and make a partial payment, and it will redirect me to make payment for expense. And here everything will already be filled out based on our expense. All we have to do is save. right? You can see the company, the amount, the payment mode, cash. I'm just going to save. And now I have created an expense payment for my expense. So when I go to view expense again, I can see that now my status is already marked as paid. So that was a general flow of expense. I can also go here to upload invoice PDF to the same upload expense with AI tool, which I was talking about earlier. So let me show you that real quick. So when I go here, I can see I can either browse for folders or files. And then when I upload them here, we will see all our processing invoices. Some of them are still processing, while others will be processed quicker. So I'm just going to show one example for right now. 1 minute. Here we see our invoice PDF, right? And the data extracted from that PDF. So we got a company name, we got invoice number, GST, all that's data. We have other optional data that was in our add expense form as well, which we can fill out. And we can mark this particular expense as paid as well here if we want. Right, so when you can fill, after you're satisfied with the data and you can verify it, you can go ahead and save as expense, and that invoice is saved to your um, expense. If you go to view page and go scroll down to whatever date it was saved for, you will find it there. So that was our in general flow of expense along with our upload expense with AI feature as well.